In the studio this morning is Superintendent Jeff Whitsitt with the United School District. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing okay.
It's a big day on campus for United.
It is. At the high school particularly, it's our last day for seniors. They have finals going on, but I know they organized a little bit, and it's college day, so they're all wearing their perspective or where they intend to attend next fall, and we'll get them sent off this afternoon, right, I'm sure, so like we always do. But, yeah, hard to believe we're to this point, and those guys will be out of there. The halls will be a little bit quieter next week.
That they will. How many seniors are we going to graduate?
Right around 60. I'm not sure the exact number. I suppose finals will have something to say about that today, too, so.
Okay. And some of them are heading off to trade school, military, all sorts of different places.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, which is, the norm, and that's great. I do think you're seeing a little bit more of a push the last few years to go the 2-year trade school junior college route as opposed to the traditional 4-year route that we used to see most of, and I think that's a great thing. We've got the Samson Promise out at United, and those kids get 61 hours at Sandburg. They're kind of crazy not to utilize those when it works for them. So it's a great opportunity, and it's good to see so many kids jumping on that.
Yes. And do we still have quite a few of our students attending ag schools?
Yeah, we have a pretty good ag pipeline. I know we've got a couple U of I. We'll have a couple U of I freshmen down, AGR type students, but yeah, our pipeline between the U of I and Iowa State and Oklahoma State, we still take care of those schools. They like when we graduate big groups, that's for sure.
Okay, excellent. I think somebody's going to state is what's happening here.
Is that what we got?
Yeah, it's ICS. So if you're going to see the fire truck, we heard it, but it wasn't its normal emergency sound. And as we take a look out on the square, yeah, they were heading to state for ICS. So it's always fun to see people in a darn good mood.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, graduation. When is that?
Graduation is the 21st at 3 o'clock out at the field house out at our high school, air conditioned. So yeah, 3 o'clock. We've got that down to a science now. Feel pretty good about where we're at. Like I said, our seniors are done now. They'll be back in the building next Friday for graduation practice, and then we'll work that out. Our graduation is historically the Sunday after Mother's Day. Is pretty much when we do that. Okay.
Well, congratulations to the class of 2023.
Yeah, hard to believe.
Well, you had your board meeting this week, and you had to have it on Wednesday.
Yeah, we moved it to Wednesday, and then we were glad to move it to Wednesday to accommodate the Regional Office of Education. Held their Excellence in Education banquet last night, which would have been our normal board meeting night. But the Regional Office does a fantastic job of recognizing educators that are doing great things in the area, and they do a great job of recognizing our retirees. So every May, and we're just now getting back into it. This was our first one since COVID, basically, but it's a really nice night. We held it at the Vault. They've got some great sponsors that help take care of dinner and do some of those things for us. And then we're able to recognize our retirees. We recognized Jean Moran, who's leaving the United North Elementary after 33 years. We recognized Brenda Runge, who's leaving United Junior High. Been a PE teacher out there between Yorkwood and United for over 30 years as well. And then Jory Piercy, who was the head cook out at United High School most recently, but she's done a little bit of everything between the Warren and United school districts. So those three ladies we recognized, and the ROE recognized for their service and for the years they've put in. Really, really nice honor for them. And then we nominate up to two educators for, actually two teachers and then a support staff member for an Educator of the Year type of award. I don't think they call it that exactly, but that's kind of what we're talking about. And we nominated our two elementary instructional coaches, Nicole Cole and Vanessa Witherell. They just do an outstanding job. They've been huge in our push to get our elementary buildings into standards-based grading and leading our teachers in that direction. And they just do a fantastic job of keeping us on the cutting edge of everything going on as far as teaching goes. And then we recognize Sherry McDonald, who's been a parapro, again, in the former Yorkwood district, but also at United for years. She's also a bus driver. She's the voice of United Junior High Athletics. She announces all the games for us at that level, and she is just one of the happiest and easygoing people you'll ever want to meet, and she's just great for especially that age group of kids. I feel like she just fills such a need for us. So we were all able to go to the vault in Galesburg last night and recognize those folks and send them off. We also sent off our 12. They honor any board member that's served 3 terms, 12 years or more, and we sent off Dana Poole, who has served as our president for the last 10 years. He served his last board meeting Wednesday night, and then last night we were able to recognize him at the banquet too. So big thanks to Jody Scott and her staff. They did a phenomenal job. It's a great night. Really fun evening to get together and do that.
We're talking with Superintendent Jeff Whitsitt with us from the United School District, and I'm so glad that the Excellence in Education banquet went well. Thanks, like you said, to Jody Scott and her staff at the Regional Office of Education. We'll see her, and she'll give us more about this and everything else going on at the ROE at Freezing for Food next month.
Yep. Yeah, hard to believe we're back to that already, too.
I know. So you set a new board.
We did. We sat two new board members and an incumbent board member. Joel Johnson ran and won his spot back. Like I said, we sent Dana Poole and Craig Alleman. Neither one of those guys ran again, so we wished them well and moved them on, and then seated Scott Campbell and Alex Baker into their new slots with our school board. So there's a lot of housekeeping that needs to be done when you seat a new board. We had, obviously, with Dana leaving, we needed a new president, so we had to go through all the officer elections and all of that stuff. Hank Shimon was elected the new president of the United School Board. He'll serve a 2-year term as our president. Joel Johnson remains the vice president, and Jill Jenks was elected to be the secretary for the United School Board. So got through that and a couple other little logistical items, and then we actually moved on to business. We, amended the budget and approved some life safety stuff and kind of the typical end of the year type of things for a meeting. So.
Okay. So we set a new board, got the officers done, and got graduation coming. And any other items on the school board agenda? Yeah,
we brought back all of our non-cert staff members. We met and had a personnel report, and we approved the bulk of the personnel report. Brought back all of our non-certs. Like I said, we've got some great people doing things. We want to make sure we get them back in-house and keep them happy and moving forward. We've got postings like everybody does this time of year. We've got a few openings that we got to get filled yet that we're working on, so both teaching and non-teaching. So talked a lot about those things and what our options are moving forward.
Okay. And what's on the next board meeting? What do you expect to have? Because you're going to go into summer here.
Yeah, we'll get into summer. We are going to have to amend our budget. I posted a tentative budget amendment at this just Wednesday night. So in June we'll come back and we'll approve the final budget for the year. So we'll have that zeroed in on. We're over budget in a couple funds. Not terribly. Pretty much typical. The operations and maintenance fund, it's just the price of owning your own buildings. Things pop up and you can't plan for everything. And I try and build in a surplus in that fund every year so we could stack some money up and maybe do some other projects, but it's really hard to do. Revenues and expenses just kind of hit the same every year. So Something we work at, but that's probably the biggest thing on that item. Hopefully we'll have some personnel items that we can address and get filled and be a little more comfortable about where we're going to be come August 15th when we fire back up.
It'll be here before you know it.
It will be here very quick. It's we really, when the calendar turns, since January, we've been thinking about next year, but now we're really on the downhill slide. So,
okay. And what positions are we looking for to fill this summer?
We're still looking. We've got a couple elementary type positions yet to fill. We just had another one open up. We've got a driver's ed opening as of Wednesday night. We've got an industrial tech position that we are in the process of working on filling. So things like that. And I think we've got some momentum going on a few of those. We feel like we're in a decent position. So hopefully by June 8th, we'll have some answers to a lot of those questions.
How about junior high principal?
We did name our junior high principal Wednesday night too. Mr. Chris Conley's going to come and fill Chad Robertson's spot at United Junior High. We spent the April board meeting basically through an interview process, and we were able to sit down with Mr. Conley and make an offer to him and agree on terms to a contract. So he was approved Wednesday night and signed a 2-year contract to serve as the junior high principal at United Junior High.
And what do we know about Chris Conley?
He's coming to us from Elmwood right now. He's serving over there as an elementary PE teacher. He's familiar with the area. He spent some time at West Central in an assistant principal capacity. So he's familiar with us. We did the committee in the round interview process, and he came out, and everybody felt really comfortable with him. And thankfully, we were able to sit down and work out terms and make a fit. So we're excited to have Mr. Conley on board. We will miss Mr. Robertson. There's no question about that. But he's still around. We'll still see him. We don't lose him altogether. We just lose him every day to day. So
well, and hopefully he'll still do some United Red Storm football for us.
Yeah, I think he'll be around. And I tease all of our people, but at least we keep his girls in the district, and between his wife and his daughters, we're glad to have them. So
great.
We wish him well, but we do have his replacement in place, and we're excited to move forward.
Okay. And then one other position that you'll be looking for, and that's boys basketball coach.
Yep, we've got an opening in our varsity boys basketball position as of Wednesday night. So I got it posted yesterday. We're on a really tight timeline with that, of course, with all the summer stuff coming up and things you want your kids to have opportunities to do. So we've got our hands full there, but we'll work through that and try and get that one moving as quick as I'd love to have that one filled by June 2.
Okay. Anything else at the United School District?
Can't think of anything. Our last day is the 25th, last day for kids. Our teachers will come in the 26th, and we'll celebrate our retirees and do some housekeeping to clean up the end of the year. But yep, graduation the 21st at 3 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good. Go have a great graduation.
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you again next month.
Sounds good.
That is Superintendent Jeff Whitsitt with us on 1330 WRAM and FM 94.